Hello people, how you all doing today? I am back with another video straight after my video about me moving very soon. And this video will be another movie review. That's why I'll be doing all these movie reviews from now. And it might be a bit boring for you all, but it's enjoyable for me. And yes, I can't really remember if I actually gave a rating for the other two movies. I think I remember giving a rating for the first two I did, but I don't think I gave a rating. Basically, Death by VHS, I'm going to rate 0 out of 10 because it's awful. And Territory, I'm going to rate 2 to 3 out of 10 because it's slightly better than Death by VHS and has a bit more to it than Death by VHS, but it's not that good as well. And this movie is probably one of my favorite movies. For me, this is probably one of the best quality horror movies I've ever seen. And it's similar to The Conjuring, in that sort of quality. That is Insidious. Now, I love the Insidious movies, I gotta say. I think the first one was probably one of my favorite ones of them all. It's probably my favorite because they actually talk about sleep paralysis and they give you a bit of knowledge on it. There was a lot more that happened. You have the introduction of the characters and the child as well. The child actor was brilliant. So was the dad who appeared in it, and he appeared in other movies too as like the old psychic woman. She's been in a lot of horror movies. I don't know if you noticed that, but she's actually into paranormal movies more, which is quite interesting. And I'm not really quite sure of her name, but it's probably one of the best set of horror movies I've ever seen. And the second one I wasn't a fan of that much, as there wasn't really much happening. For me, that was a bit of a disappointing one. They could have done a whole lot more better on the second. And then they came the last two. Well, I say last two because the last two that I've watched and the ones that were lost. But I heard there's another Insidious movie that's coming out. I saw on TikTok. I don't know if it's false news or whatever. I mean, I hope it happens. I hope there's a new Insidious movie. But the last two, this is what caught me off guard. When I was watching the third one, where when I was the third one, there was a jump scare involved. I had no idea there was going to be a jump scare in the last two. I don't remember there being a jump scare in the first two whatsoever. And for me, that caught me off guard. That, made me hide behind a pillow or blanket or maybe cover my face like this. And yeah, they really did well on that one. They caught me off guard. That's probably the scariest of the Insidious movies. I think the last one I really loved the most is called The Last Key. The female was just sensational. It was brilliant, especially a psychic woman. She plays it well. She does actually look like a psychic woman. The way she acts with her atmosphere and aroma and her, you know, how she is. She gives an interesting vibe to like a creepy, eerie vibe. But she gives good energy. I don't know. Like she does play the psychic woman very well. Like she can sense stuff really well. I think in real life she's probably a similar sort of person. But yeah, it was a brilliant set of movies. I must say. I just love the graphics and the thing is, paranormal movies they scare me the most. It's just when you talk about paranormal, you kind of thinking, oh, wait, ghosts and stuff. Yeah, it makes me more paranoid because it's like ghosts and spirits. For me, they do exist. That makes them more scary, knowing that you're in the darkness, you're looking and you think something's watching me. And people do actually get haunted by this stuff. And I think that's why these movies were made. They were made for a reason. I think they were made because they were just. It's more realistic, and most of them based on true stories. Obviously, they don't. It's not the actual incident or scenario that happened, but it. At least they're telling me something. At least they're telling all of us something. And they turns out spirits work because it's more scary than aliens. At least aliens they could be visible, whereas you think of spirits and stuff. Sometimes they could just be around us without us even seeing or knowing. And that's the scary part. Especially seeing demons in those movies, they scare the hell out of me. Imagine what's like seeing one for real. I would not want to know that feeling. I gotta say, I think that I'm starting watching the Midnight Man. I'm only 9 minutes watching the Midnight Man. I was a bit distracted, going on my phone and stuff. So I wasn't even paying attention to it. And that old woman from Insidious was in there again. I think she's been in a lot of movies. I'm pretty sure. Like she seems to have a interesting, creepy vibe about her when she walks into a room of these different places. It's a really good actress. The same with that dad character as well. I've seen those two around quite a lot. They put them in for a reason. And yeah, for me, it's probably one of the best. So no one can deny Insidious is probably one of the best of horror movies ever made. Like we can all agree on that. Like I mean, everyone's heard of Insidious. I mean, even Paranormal Activity is scary, and that's a found footage movie. But I don't. It's not as good quality as Insidious. I've got to admit that. But for me, if I had to rate this movie, I'm gonna rate them separately. Basically, the first one I'm gonna rate as, well, 8 out of 10. I mean, 8 out of 10 because it's a good quality movie, but there wasn't enough scares. But it did really fascinate me. So I'm gonna say a 9, 8, 8, 9 out of 10. Second one, 6, 7 out of 10. Maybe it was that good, and I just didn't really notice much in the second one. I'm gonna say 7, 8 out of 10. And the last two, I'm gonna have to rate a 10 out of 10. I'm sorry, the last two has got me one of the, two of the best sets of scariest movies I've seen, which is the last two, which is, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. It's actually quite scary. It gets you, and it leaves you at the edge of your seat as well. I'm not kidding. And for me, I hope they do make another Insidious, just like I hope they make a new Paranormal Activity. I heard there is a new Saw coming out, Saw X, which I'm not sure if it's legit or not. You have to find out for yourselves. But yeah, it it's like movies like Insidious, Conjuring, Paranormal Activity, Saw. They give lessons on how horror movies should be and how they should be structured. Like you think about the characters and the different personalities and the scares and the CGI. I mean, the graphics is just off the chain in those movies. Like Paranormal Activity, they rely more like the video camera work, and with the tension and you bang your nose is like usually more paranoid because you're just seeing it from a video camera, which makes it creepy. But Insidious, I mean, I don't think I've watched all the Conjurings. I'm gonna have to check about it. And Annabelle 2, I can't forget about that. That's on the same level as Insidious. I think the producer who made Insidious must have made one of those other horror movies as well, which I can see why. If you're producing horror movies like that, you deserve a raise. So much work and effort is put into those making those movies. It's astonishing. Like the last two movies I spoke about, Death by VHS and Territory, they need to watch those movies and they need to see for themselves how horror movies should be made, because that should put them to shame, honestly. And that's probably why not many people have heard of those movies that I mentioned just now. But that's why a lot of people have heard these movies more. Not, I mean, I'm surprised that people haven't watched all the Paranormal Activities, because that's on TV too, but it's very rarely that comes on. That should be made of it. That should be more popular and famous as well, because it's one of the scariest movies I've seen as well. The last two Insidiouses was probably on that level of fear factor. They got me quite a lot because there's more quality involved, whereas Paranormal Activity didn't have that graphics, but it was really good though. So yeah, those are my reviews on all the Insidious movies. There's still a lot more movie reviews I can do, and still a lot more movies I can talk about. I'm lost for words here. I don't know what else to say. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my video. Give this a like if you want. Subscribe, comment below, and hit the bell notification below. I will be putting in the link of my TikTok video, not TikTok video, my TikTok account in the description after uploading the video. I think I would only the TikTok that I upload from the most, not the other TikTok that I currently have. That would be my backup for now, just in case something goes wrong with my current TikTok that I'm using, and so that you can find me. And I feel like linking my social media is as better as you can find me for a website for a link, instead of me just giving, oh, this is my social media name. No, that'll probably make it not difficult because all my pictures are there, but because it makes it better to put it on the website, to link it and then they go to the website then. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.